Hello. We are back, and welcome to another live. I don't know what number live this is because we don't count them, but it's another live. So thank you all for joining us. We see there are a few of you in here this evening, a few regulars as well. So we have Andrew, we have Tony, we have Thomas, we have Jill and Sandra. Sorry, that could be Gil. Sorry, I misread that. What it is, the dog is, I don't know what she's doing over here.
She's going crazy, bless her.
She's trying to make herself comfortable in a little bed.
Good evening, everyone. Anyway, I hope you're all well.
Yes.
Apologies if I end up coughing and disappearing. I've been suffering this week, haven't I, Lukey?
I've been suffering this week listening to him go cough. It's been one of those pathetic, pedantic little kind of coughs. It's driven me crazy. Right, she's
we're getting there. I'm getting better.
The puppy, she's sleeping. So yes, now you have my attention. I'm back in the room.
Good.
I'm back in the room.
Thank you everybody for joining this evening.
Yes.
Hope you all had a good week. We've got a lot to talk about, haven't we?
Yeah, well, it's been kind of crazy, really, because we've been on our group cruise, which is amazing. We went on Sun Princess, which is absolutely fabulous, and then we went back on Virgin because we just fancied a jolly day out. We were already down the area anyway, so we just thought we'd have a little thing and a free lunch, so that we'd go back on. And also, we had some friends going on there as well, so we thought we'd go with them. Basically, it was kind of a nice social thing, and also video bits and pieces that I forgot to film when I was too drunk. Having fun on the cruise before, because we did have loads of fun
really good,
on Virgin last month. It was bonkers, but yeah, I didn't really film all too much, so that's how.
So, if you've got any questions about Britannia, Sun, or Resilient,
did I say Resilient? I said Virgin, didn't I?
You said Virgin.
I was starting to wonder if I got the wrong ship there.
If you've got any question about any of those cruise lines, cruises, the cruise ships, or any cruise lines, give us a little question in the comments. Start it with question. And then we'll come around and answer them. Before we start on that, we do have some questions from our patrons.
Yeah.
We'll get to them first. But before we get to there, can we make sure you've all subscribed to us? You all give this video a little thumbs up, because that really helps.
Great. Send you a
beard brush. If you're not already following us on Instagram, we're Cruise Monkeys UK. On Facebook, we're Cruise Monkeys UK.
Yeah.
And you can join our Facebook group, which is really cool, isn't it? Because any questions that we can't give you the answers to, the people in the group can.
Okay, you're like a fountain of information this evening, aren't you? Like, boop, 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 boop. You just keep going. Oh, God.
Sorry.
It's been a really strange week. It's been quite a long week, really. We've had a bit of a come down, a bit of a crash, and we're really tired. We've been trying, to get back into routine and stuff, and we've been doing all the washing. It's been
What's everybody drinking this evening, by the way? What tipple did you bring with you?
I'm back on the bread.
I'm on the water.
On the water because of your tickly cough.
Yes, just for the live. And I'll be back on the red.
Okay.
And you're on
Tesco's low quality £5 red wine. No, yes. It's actually it's not too bad. I drink it quite a lot. Coats to Rhone or something.
Something like that, isn't it?
But it's rather nice. It's a bit of a come down compared to like what we were drinking on the cruises.
Yeah,
it is, isn't it? It is. Like, it was definitely change of palate there. But it's all right. For when I'm home, this is what I drink. I'll get back into it, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Shall I get on these questions?
Questions, yes.
So I've seen these questions. You haven't?
No, I've never met him. So he's really throwing these on me because he likes to do this. It's part of his Gavin's game. He likes to throw me under the bus.
So if you're a patron of ours, which is patreon.com/Cruise Monkeys,
okay.
You can submit questions to our live, and they're the ones we answer first. So we have 4. Okay. So I'll start off with the first one. I'll let you read it out.
So this is from Sarah. It looks like Britannia worked well for the group cruise. I wondered if they were able to provide space and time for you to do meetups as a group when you need them. Yes, they did. They were very, very good, very accommodating. The only negative I would say is that they told us we could go to the Limelight Club for our coffee mornings, and then literally, what was that, about a day or two before we were actually meant to board the ship or go on the cruise. They said that had all changed. They did find us alternative venues, but it was a bit annoying for us because we'd already made like a planner and we told people where we were going to go. So that was a bit of a headache for us because then we had to tell everybody, which we managed to do, fortunately enough, because we arranged to do like a, when people boarded the ship, what would you call it?
Registration.
Like a registration, that's the word. So we did like a registration, which we then got able to tell them.
They were really good, to be fair.
They were,
So the way the group cruise went is that we had set events throughout the day, every day, some excursions as well.
Yep.
And it was basically people could dip in and out as much or as little as they wanted to.
Yeah.
So the first day we did registration, where everybody came to the Ivory Suite to join us, pick up their lanyards. There were some like gifts and like tote bags,
And we did like a sail away.
Yeah, then we did a sail away from the Sunset Bar.
That was
so
good.
Where we met for posting the drinks or sail aways at the Sunset Bar, we met at the Crow's Nest
That
3-4
was
times.
one of our favorites.
We did a few Glass House meetups. We did Brody's meetup.
We did
so venues like that, they didn't reserve us any space. We were just very lucky that the ship isn't one of those ships which is always really busy. So wherever we went, we managed to get a corner to ourselves.
Really good though. We did arrange to do 2 pre-dinner meetups on the black tie nights. We'd arranged for there to be some canapes served, and prosecco, and they actually provided a member of staff who served us, Sky.
And the chefs just kept bringing out the food, and then that.
Well, what happened was, I think there were a few weddings, and we had the canapes all set out. I think they could realise what was going on, so they actually enhanced it for us. I think with the leftover wedding food. I don't know.
I don't know.
It was a nice touch.
You say I don't think it was leftover wedding food,
but they made effort for us though. They went above and beyond. Actually, we were really quite impressed with.
We'd ordered like 8 trays of canapes, and I'm sure there's probably about 16.
They were very, very accommodating. Actually, it worked out really, really well for the group. I hope everyone found it satisfactory.
Yeah,
we were quite pleased with it.
So our first group cruise we had on Virtuosa. That one we were just provided a venue, really, weren't we? We didn't have any of the nice treatment we had from P&O. So yeah, I'd say P&O did really good in that one. We're very happy. Just a shame they couldn't give us a limelight, because that'd have been a really nice venue.
I know, it would have been nice, but then there was been a reason. Everything worked out fine.
Yes. Right, another question for you, Luke.
Is this specifically questions for Luke?
No. You can read them out.
Okay, so this is from Elaine. On Arvia Sunday, looking forward to the Epicurean among others. How does it compare to Britannia? Also, what was your favourite chill-out spot on Arvia? Right, well, I can answer the last part of the question without a doubt. Boom, it's the swim-up bar. That's my favourite chill-out spot on the whole of Arvia.
Okay.
Regards the Epicurean on...
It's very similar, isn't it? I thought.
Did we do
the menu?
Did we do Epicurean?
The menu on Iona and Arvia. And
did
location.
We do it on Arvia, though? I don't think we did.
We didn't do it, did we?
I know we did it on Iona. Did we do Epicurean on Arvia?
I can't remember. I've got when we did.
Time ago.
I thought we did.
Basically, it's the same sort of place, same location.
Menus very similar.
Menus are very similar. It's a very, very similar experience. Last time, the only thing I can think of, I really can't think about Arvia.
It's the same place. I think
of, I know it's the same place, but I'm thinking I keep coming back. My brain's popping back to when we had that Norwegian menu, taster menu when we were on Iona. And I didn't really enjoy that because I wanted there to be more fish than there was. And it wasn't very Norwegian because I thought they got all the salmon farms. There should be salmon. There was no salmon.
Okay.
That's my only criticism. So I was disappointed. But the food was nice.
Chill out spaces. As Elaine's going this weekend, I don't think the swim up bar will be that good.
Well, it will be when it gets sunnier. When it goes down. I mean, there's only going to be a day or two.
But I'd say Crow's Nest is another favourite of ours. And Anderson's,
in the evening, yes.
Yeah, Anderson's is nice as well as a chill out space.
Yeah, I like that. I'm trying to think there's nowhere else. Well, we used to like that little, what was it called? The beach club called at the top of the front. I used to like that with the little wooden chairs.
Yes,
they were quite nice. We used to like it there as well. But yeah, if it's hot and it's sunny, I used to love the swim bar. That was my all-time favourite, without a doubt.
Okay, we're halfway through the patron questions. Next one is...
I'm new to this, so I was wondering, I can't read it now, you've put a box over it.
Yeah.
We were wondering, on Britannia, I was wondering, on Britannia, how is it after the refit? I wasn't any P&O, but I understand a lot prefer Britannia compared to Iona. Right, the thing with Britannia is this for us is the size. The ship feels a lot more intimate. There's a lot less passengers on it. The crew seem to be a bit more, how do you say it, attentive because they've got more time for you because they're not as stretched. There's nothing wrong with the other two ships. They're fine, especially if you're with families and stuff and you want a lot going on. They're very busy. But Britannia, for us, it's the right balance of about everything.
And quite a few people said on the group cruise, it was the right size. It's just about right.
Regards to the refit, nothing majorly has changed. A few spruced up carpets here and there, nothing drastic at all.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's still no staircase all the way up midship, which I know everybody complains about.
But I think they've just modernised it here and there, like a paint, this and that. But the ship's nice. It's fine. We had a really good time. I can't really fault it. Really, it's quite hard.
If you're looking for a first-time cruise, Britannia is a good one to do.
I can understand how a lot of people do prefer Britannia over Arvia and Iona. I think personally we do.
Yeah.
But then that's because we travel as a couple. We like to drink with friends. We don't necessarily have children to try and entertain. Whereas the other ships, the bigger ships, it's a lot easier for families.
Yeah.
There's a lot more going on for them. But yeah, I mean, other than that, they're very, very similar. They're offering most of the same things, except for like Keel and Cow and the newer restaurants like I was going to say Rani there. What was the other one called?
Keel and Cow you're missing. You haven't got Sixth Street Diner, Olive Grove,
what's the vegetarian one
Keys,
called?
and Green and Co.
Green and Co. Yeah, Mizuna. Yeah, they haven't got those, but it has got
less choice,
Britannia's got the staple restaurant, so it's got like the Glass House, the Beach House. Yeah, it's got the staple Sindhu. They're all on there, so it's got a good variety, but not the newer ones. But
she did look quite clean and modern.
I didn't see anything really.
Yeah, she was quite good.
Yeah, it was really, really good neck. Ship was lovely.
And then our last question before we move on to the other questions.
Ian and Roxy. We've booked a cruise on Sky Princess through you guys in April. We've not tried Princess before, so we'd like your opinion on how it compares to P&O and Celebrity, good and bad. Right, well, to be honest with you, it compares with them very, very well, actually, because I would say Princess sits right between them. You've got Celebrity, I would put slightly above, and you've got P&O, which I would put slightly below. In general, overall, regards like your food, the service, that kind of thing. If you've sailed with P&O before on the likes of Britannia, you're going to find it really easy to get around. If it's Sky, will be fine. Same sort of class of ship. The only negatives with Sky is she does not have like a crow's nest at the top. We do love an observation lounge at the top of the front, but I find the decor of the ship is probably slightly better than P&O.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Than Britannia. I'm comparing it to Britannia now. Regards Celebrity, what I will say is Princess certainly has a lot more going on as regards entertainment wise. I would say it seems a little bit more lively. That was our only downfall.
Quite chilled,
we found Celebrity very chilled out, and it seemed to be, whether it was because we were in America and it was heavily American demographic on board, it felt like the people sort of dine early, they disco early, they bed early, whereas we tend to dine late, disco late, and then
it depends. But if you're in Celebrity Apex out of Southampton or something, you might not have seen that. I'd say the service and quality on Princess is better than P&O. I'd say it's very similar to Celebrity. I'd say Princess is more like Celebrity than it is like P&O, is what I'd say.
Yeah, I would say
probably the easy way of saying that.
But it's also more chill. It's very chilled out. It's a nice. A Princess is nice. It's a good value for money. It's got the right mix of it. It's a nice balance. Actually, it would sit perfectly, in my opinion. I'm saying it would sit perfectly between the two. Would you say that?
Yeah, I would.
So, I mean, we've heard the ship can be busy, but I think it's because she's sailing from the UK and everybody wants to try Princess from the UK, so it's the go-to ship.
The great thing with Princess is Ocean Medallion.
Yeah.
Like, you can order drinks, food and stuff, as long as you got the Princess or less. Otherwise, there is a charge.
They've changed all the things now, haven't they?
No, enjoy.
Yeah,
and thank you for booking the cruise for us as well.
Booking for us, we really appreciate it. And
if anybody else wants to book a cruise, our details are down in the corner there. It's really difficult to do here, isn't it? They're there.
I can manage.
We work at Travel Village, so one of the team is about 7 of them. We'll get back to you if you drop us an email or fill in the form.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's just for a quote, I mean, they'll either match it or they'll beat it. If they can't, that's understandable.
And there's no harm in asking, is there? So let's have a look. So what I'll do now is I'll go back to the chat.
Boom.
So if you've got any questions, we'll work through them now. Make sure you start your questions so that we can actually see that it's a question.
This light is really bright today.
Is it too bright for you, Luke?
Yeah,
Can we do adjust it?
It's horrible. It's really white. I feel like I'm being interrogated. The questions were like, it's like.
Do you want to reduce the light for you?
No, it's fine.
You sure?
No, it's fine. It's just I find it really like I'm squinting. It's gonna be a headache. I will cope. I will cope. It's gone very dark out now. That's the problem. Like before, it was nice and it was sunny, and now everything's going. I mean, I hate this time of year. So
we need to get away on a cruise, don't we? Summer cruise.
We've been back for a week.
Like a sunny cruise, I mean.
Well, I would say we've been back for a week. It's been less than a week since we've got another cruise ship. So
there is that. Right. So the first question we've got is from Tommy D. Did we have a good time?
We
Yes.
did indeed. We had an awesome time. Well, we had loads of fun on our group cruise. Absolutely, it surpassed all expectations. It was fantastic. It really, really was. And we had loads of fun on Sun Princess. That actually really surprised us. We really enjoyed it, didn't we? We had a bit of a whistle-stop tour around the ship. It was a bit chaotic. There was lots of groups, lots of people. It was all a bit going on. And we did end up going from one group to another group to another group because we just kept getting lost. We had loads of fun. The disco at the end, the one with, what was his name? Scott Mills. And, what was his name? The guy with the blonde hair.
Sam Ryder.
Sam Ryder. I didn't really see his show, but I did. I'm sure I saw him come up on and see Scott Mills.
No, he was up for them, Scott Mills.
And I was dancing right at the front of my lights. I was like, I was loving my life. And the drinks were going. It was just, it was amazing.
Yeah, we weren't quite expecting quite as many free-flowing drinks.
No, and I really, really let myself go. I had loads of fun.
And we did it on the group cruise, so we had a really good time.
That was absolutely bonkers. And it was nice to meet everybody and spend time talking to people. I think we're learning things all the time with our group cruises, and we've certainly learned that the number of people we had was just about the right amount. I think maybe one or two more wouldn't have been a problem, but I think if it gets too big, I think you cannot get around, you cannot spend time with
And it's
people.
finding venues. We were very lucky. We managed to get, like we said, we went to Sunset Bar, we went to Britannia, Brody's even, went to Blue Bar. Because we always managed to get a table.
Because we'd planned those. They weren't necessarily set up by P&O.
No, they weren't at all.
So the fact we could, at Brody's especially, we were able to just sort of commandeer a corner, and just one of us, we just know how it worked, but we were very lucky. I say any more than the group we had, and it would have got really difficult.
We wouldn't have managed that on Virtuoso last year.
But for us, it was just nice to spend time. We had enough time to see everybody, I hope. I hope everyone feels the same way. We tried to get around as many people as we could and chat to everybody. But it's basically like when you get married on your wedding day, you go around the family and the friends, and like you even though you're married, you split off and you try and go around and you try and see everybody. It's like that, but every day, all the time. It's like it was good. It's really fun and
it's
lovely,
nice that people just we saw like nobody knew. A lot of people didn't know each other before getting on board. Yeah, and by the end of it, you could see
little groups and all of friends.
Yeah,
and you could see the jokes and the
it was really good.
So yeah, we had a really, really good time. Absolutely fantastic. In fact, we're just completely whacked now. Yes. We've been taking all week to just charge.
So I think we've kind of answered this one. What do you think of Britannia? So yeah, we really like Britannia. Really good. Yeah. We found the service quite good. Food was all right.
Going to the Caribbean would be lovely because she's got a lot of open deck areas. And I mean, Britannia doesn't have an enclosed inside pool as such. It does have it in the spa, but I think the Caribbean would be fantastic.
I'm trying to think. Was there anything?
It's not going to be stupidly big, so you're not going to have horrendous queues to get on and off the ship, which is always a bonus because that's something we're finding with the bigger ships. Is it's getting more and more difficult to just jump on and off the ship, isn't it?
I don't think there's anything that we didn't like really. Nothing sticks out to me. Is that
the only disappointment for me, and it's not really a disappointment, but I suppose it is really. They've changed the glass house. Yeah, the glass house is ruined. Well, I'd say it's a stretch they've ruined, but basically, those of you who've cruised with P&O before, have seen all our videos, you will see that we love the little 3-plate selections. We love our oxtail bonbons. We love our Scotch eggs. We love our giant tempura prawns. We love all those little nibble plates. We love we've had the surf and turf before. That's absolutely beautiful. You've had the sliders. The food was really, really good. However, now they've got like this little tapas selection. So it's basically like about, I'm not sure, it was not small. It was, would you say about 6 options? 8 options to choose from. And then like a cheese plate thing at the bottom, wasn't it? That's literally it. Don't get me wrong. We did make a point of going there to try this new food because we wanted to see what it was
We did eat at Hats. It was really good food.
We did eat at Hats. The food was really, really good, but it's just not the same. So I think if you're going on board expecting it to be Glasshouse as Glasshouse was, you're going to be disappointed initially. But what I will say is give the food a go because it was all right. But no, it's not quite the same.
But you love fab time in the Caribbean, I know.
Yeah, Caribbean's lovely. What's this?
Were the Britannia lifts working? Yes, they were. We had one lift that was out of action. I can't remember where it was.
It was midship, I think it was.
Midship,
it was midship, and it always said out of service. But I'm thinking, I don't know why I got the sneaky suspicion it was being used for crew.
I don't know.
I got this.
There are lifts behind as well.
But there's a card thing back.
There's on the ones behind.
No, there was a card thing on that one
as well, was it?
And I'm thinking it could have been something. Could have been. Sometimes they do.
One of the biggest complaints of Britannia is the lifts. because midship you haven't
Yeah.
got stairs that goes all the way up. So for anybody who doesn't know,
and they're not smart lifts.
they're not. Yeah, they're not smart.
Nothing intelligent about them
And
at all.
it is where people tend to be quite rude as well on lifts.
People get short because they're getting in, they're getting on. People seem to forget that there are people with mobility issues. I don't know why, but we've had a few experiences, we've seen it ourselves. I don't know why people, especially if I can understand if you're going up flights and flights of stairs, but if you're just one or two, obviously we tend to just let people with mobility issues have, it's just manners. But yeah, there were a few issues regarding lifts.
But the lifts themselves are working. It was more just the people, to be honest. Going back to Sun Princess, they've got smart lifts, which was quite nice to see, wasn't it?
They were good. Yeah.
So a bit like MSC, where you choose a floor you want to go to, it tells you which lift to go to.
Yeah.
And in you get, and off you go.
It does it very efficiently. And yeah, I wish they'd all bring them in. I think there should be like law. They need to just address that.
Good evening, Deborah. Hope you've recovered.
Yeah.
In the lane.
We've seen that one. You've been past this when you were going too much now. There's Jerry's in the house. Hi, Jerry.
I'm just going through these.
We've got everyone saying hello, and so you're really far behind now. So he normally tells me off.
So you keep talking. You keep talking.
Well, I can't
tonight.
really. I need a topic to talk about.
Somebody's on beer here.
No, I saw Thatcher's.
You've seen some Thatcher's, have you?
Thatcher's.
Let's have a look. Sherry, hope you're
almost through our area. I hope you're
staying safe.
Yes, we did hear about that. I wish it was a bit like a conference rather than an actual venue.
Yeah, unfortunately, they can't really give us venues, could they?
It's not necessarily a conference room. It's like a wedding venue, really.
Yeah.
But I mean, I found it quite comfortable. For a group we had, it was a nice size. It was in a really good location because we could just nip in and out, get drinks.
Phil, never up early enough for the coffee mornings. And we purposely planned the coffee mornings for 11 till 12.
Well, we thought that'd be late.
So we thought that'd be late because we were thinking of ourselves, really.
Although we did struggle from time to time, which is hence why I brought all the chocolates, because I wanted everyone to have a little sugar kick, a little boost.
Yeah. Jay saying, so everybody came on a group cruise, had a special custom max.
Yeah.
And we have got a couple left over, so we might have to do a giveaway on that. We'll see.
Yeah, we might
do. Stay tuned. Make sure you're following us on Instagram and Facebook.
It's kind of something special. It's exclusive for the people on the cruise, though.
Yeah.
I suppose.
But what we're going to do with 3 maxes, we might as well.
Well, we could raffle them or something. Do some charity. We'll think of something. Possibly.
Good evening, Jones. Let's have a look.
Who's that? Tom and Dom? Yeah.
Yes.
Did Britannia compare this time to cruise on Britannia in the past? Did you notice any change? The only change was, as I said, the glass house.
Yeah.
And that was a bit disappointing.
But I think last time we went on Britannia was just after COVID. And I think at that point there was no glass house anyway.
No, we did, because we sat there with Aaron Scott and Liv. Yeah, we sat at the same table we sat at this time. Yeah. He doesn't make the videos. You can tell someone who makes the videos, although I can't remember going to Epicure on Arvia. I got a feeling we didn't go to Epicure.
No, we didn't.
I got a feeling we never made it. But no, there was nothing major. The ship was just really good, Nick. It was well maintained. Staff were absolutely exceptional. Staff, actually, I'd say P&O went above and beyond in some circumstances.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really, really good.
Good evening, Cruising Gays. Hope you're well.
Hello.
How does Britannia compare to Sky Princess?
Very, very similar, although the decor on Sky Princess is slightly better, I would say. It doesn't have a crow's nest type venue.
That's a shame.
That
really.
is a shame, because they've actually got rooms there, and they're actually ocean view rooms, and they cost as much, if not more, than a conventional balcony cabin. So every time I've thought about getting one, I've gone, well, why would I do this? I just go for a balcony. But yeah, that's what they've done with it.
I think going back to what we said earlier as well, the quality and service on Princess is better than you get.
Yeah, it is just ever so slightly better.
Do you pay more for it though?
Did you pay more?
Princess isn't,
it's not cheap.
No.
Yeah, that's probably about it. And I think if I recall on Britannia, where they've got like the prom decky bits outside, like I'd say glass house. Yeah, it's glass house and Java on Britannia. you can't walk through to the back
No,
area by
I
the
think-
night.
I think Sky's got more of a
Sky,
problem.
you can actually walk down them. They will actually lock it. Whereas on Britannia, it's locked off. That's
Oh, and I think Sky's also got midship staircase. Going back to that.
yes, it does. It does indeed. Yes, indeed. And it also has lovely central panoramic glass lifts as well, which are really nice to go in.
So yeah,
yeah.
It's more expensive than Britannia.
But it's nice.
But yeah, it has.
There are pros and cons. For us, the cons with Sky are they don't have a crow's nest, but then the pluses are it does have a central staircase. So make of what you will. What do you prefer?
The one thing I don't like about
one
thing I don't like about Sky is they've dedicated that amount of space to the medallion, haven't they? A medallion shop and stuff on the in the atrium. Could be a nice bar that.
Good.
Tanya and Gav. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed the black tie pre-dinner meets. They were fun. I did enjoy them.
They were good. I liked it all. Really enjoyed it.
Sherry's just got back
from Oceania Vista. Oh, nice. Sherry. Very posh. Very nice. As Ken and Lindsay likes Oceania, don't they?
They sure do. Okay, so Phil's saying about the second funnel.
Interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. I always tend to see, you do see the access to it. And I have actually seen inside it. It just seems to be used from the inside. It just looks like crew.
Thank you, Deborah.
Oh, look at this. Thanks, which was amazing. It was really, really nice, actually. We had a lovely mix of people, and everyone just got on.
Simon saying
everyone was so respectable of everybody else on the ship. We had no dramas, we had no fighting. It was just lovely. It was.
Well, we shouldn't do really.
Well, no, they shouldn't do. But it could. No, when you look and you think, it could have gone one or two ways. You could have everyone get on.
You could have a clash.
You could have people being. You just don't know. When you book these things, you don't always know.
Okay, Simon was very impressed with Britannia.
It was nice. It was really good.
Ruth saying Sky Princess, Sky Princess is a beautiful ship. All the princess ships are really pretty.
They're really, really nice. In fact, we find it very difficult to decide which we prefer. We've only been on Regal and Sky, and now Sun, but we find it very difficult to compare those two and what's better. I do think I prefer Sky's aft pool. Actually, that's another bonus. The terrace pool. That's really nice on Sky. Really nice. It's like almost slightly infinity, isn't it? And the barn, I love that area.
Life in the Park saying service was better. Princess was better than Celebrity. Saying that MSC was on par with Celebrity, so that must have been a poor Celebrity cruise.
I was going to say, it must have been, but yeah.
No, I suppose it depends what you're comparing it to.
The thing of it is, though, for us, this is something I've figured out. It's not just us. I seem to find it with people in general, and you may agree or you may disagree, but I tend to find sometimes the more money you spend on a cruise, the more pressure there is to enjoy it. And I think because you've spent so much on it, if you tend to be slightly more critical of it because you've spent a lot more money on it. Whereas sometimes if you just go for cheaper ones and cheerful ones, you don't seem to care as much because you think, oh well, I could do it again. It wasn't expensive. But if it's something really expensive or a bucket list cruise, there's a lot of pressure to enjoy.
We tend to find that, don't we? We do tend to.
That's how we work. So we found that with us, we'd spent a lot of money to go on our Celebrity cruise. At the time, I think it probably is still the most expensive cruise we've ever done. And it made us a bit more critical of it. And I think the ship was lovely. It was really comfortable. The service was fantastic, but we got a bit let down with the nightlife.
There's no spark, was there? I think we couldn't work out what was wrong with the ship.
No, but just
something didn't
click.
Something didn't click for us on.
No, it wasn't bad. That's what annoys us even more. So is I can't give you constructive criticism and say exactly what was wrong because we don't know. But something just
it didn't gel with us, did it? Stephen Fox
on
the way to Alicante with Steve and John. Have a good time. Good evening, cruise boys. Question. Let's have a look. You like some princess? We booked to go back in there next year. What did you like best? And what did you eat? Also,
I'm trying to think now.
Okay,
right. We really
Sun Princess. It was only a day visit. So we boarded at 1 p.m. and we were off the ship by 11:30. We didn't stay anywhere, I'm afraid. We did see some very nice rooms, didn't we?
The rooms were nice, very spacious, very modern. I did like the size of the balconies. They were decent depth. They weren't the deepest, but they weren't as pathetic as like Sky and Britannia. They weren't narrow ones. You could actually move your chair around on them.
So with our day on Sun as well, we were given certain venues to go to at certain times. So we didn't get to do like a full ship tour or anything like that, unfortunately.
No, but we got confused. What happened was we followed one lady, went to 1 or 2 rooms, and what I tend to find is I'm always at the back because I'm always trying to video this, video that, get shots of this, get shots of that. And the next minute the group moves on, and then I have to text Gavin, "Where are you now?" And I have to catch up. Don't get me wrong, I can find my way around these ships. I amaze myself actually, considering I've never been on them before. I always find my way around pretty quickly, don't I? However, what happened was we all got lost, and then we joined another group. We said, "Well, we don't know where our group is. Can we join your group?" And this lady was like, "It's fine." So we saw different rooms, and then we went down and was videoing more stuff.
Atrium was lovely.
The atrium was lovely, and I went running around trying to video this, video that, and the group disappeared again. Next minute, we found ourselves outside the magic place, Spellbound, and I don't know if we were meant. It was one of the venues we were meant to go to, but we went there, and we had an absolute ball, and it was brilliant. Oh, it was so good. It was definitely, if you've never been, it's definitely going like the piano and all plays by itself. It's like a mystical, magical mansion, and you go in, and it is just, it's phenomenal. And the drinks in there are superb. I have been told, I do believe it's about $150
per
person to go in. We thought it was unlimited drinks, but apparently there were only 10. So
That's
based
not
on
bad.
this $15 a drink for the quality of those drinks, though, that's good. And obviously, you would have paid that $150, so you could drink the drinks and then carry on your drinks package afterwards.
I don't think you'd want to after that.
Well, you could. Well, I could. Oh, I could. No, really good. And
Really
I found I did really like. I drank a few drinks at Crooner's Bar as well.
Because O'Malley's as well went to. That was quite nice.
The Ferrera one. Yeah, that was at the end.
Is it O'Malley's?
O'Malley's. Yeah, I think so.
The Irish Bar was very nice. The arena was quite a nice setup, wasn't it?
I really liked the arena. How it all goes around. We had a little disco dance there as well, because at the end of the show, they got people because they did like a presentation. They were discussing everything, what the changes were, and how the ship is different for Princess, and what they're trying to do, and they're talking about everything. And then at the end, it was a little bit of a show, a little bit of dance, and then they encouraged you to come down, didn't they? And I had a little dance, which I loved. And then the best part, we had the food, we had our dinner. We went to the Americana restaurant. Now we were all a bit confused by this because we were on the understanding that this was supposed to be American themed food. Like a diner, wasn't it?
I don't know where you got that from.
No, someone told me. I didn't think so.
Yeah,
I just thought it was a name.
Yeah.
That's what was told. Anyway, we went there. It was just a normal, conventional main dining room, but it was lovely. And the lobster was, well, I could be honest, I don't think it's normally available. Or if it is, you have to pay for it, I would have said. But this was what we were able to choose in our food.
So you had the fillet and lobster.
So I had the lobster, and it was huge. And it was absolutely delicious, really good. It did have a pudding, but struggled with it at the end. So I just tasted it, is what I did. I can't remember what I had for my starters. No, I can't remember because it was just nuts.
I had the ravioli for my main, is what I remember really.
Asked for another one,
and I'd asked for another one because it was quite small.
It's probably because it was for slimming.
Probably, yeah. Only because we ran out of time, Luke.
Okay, and then we went to the disco at the top, which was in it looked like the Amarillo, the dome, the hat. It looked like
that's quite a nice venue.
It was in there, and it was really good. And we saw Scott Mills and the disco. I mean, they give us these glowing sticks. They were all like bouncing, and they give us free cocktails. They had like pina coladas. Oh, Gavin's got one of the sticks that says "Princess and Princess" on it, and it was disco. If I could turn the light off now, I would, and you would see it was so fun. Turn it off now, with it. I'll turn it off because I was a master of this because everyone kept turning theirs off. Oh, it's doing
there you go. So just to long story short on that one,
we had loads of fun.
We didn't get to see all the venues,
no,
but having done that visit, we are now tempted to book a cruise.
We were obviously meant to be on the Maiden. That got cancelled. We haven't done anything since. We've got some credit we could use. And then when we saw this, we thought, well, we'll give it a go. We could use it to give it a go. We'll see what the ship's like, and we do like it a lot. So I think we will definitely go back.
Next question.
What is the next one? When's your next cruise? Our next cruise is in December. Now we have a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather, try and catch up on some of our videos because I've got so much stuff. I'm actually really stressed. I've got so much going on. So, oopsie, didn't mean to hit the mic. So once I've done those, we're going on a little Christmas cruise, which is primarily to spend time with friends. And we're going on Queen Victoria, which we have been on last year. So given that we videoed everything last year, unless anything drastically changes, we're just going to probably just a little mini video or something, just of a montage of fun, as I call it, because, we don't need that. And then after that, our next cruise, and
Not sure after
officially
that one.
it's not until next year, is it? Next
No.
with the
Stay tuned. We'll release.
We'll
doing
sort it all
nearer-
out. We're having a
nearer.
bit of a break. We're having a reset. We're reassessing everything.
Gil and Sandra are saying about Charles Smith Devil on November.
Yes.
Brilliant. Glad P&O got it, because P&O didn't.
No, because what they've done is they've sent it to because they're better. They like move the posh stuff on.
Has the planning started for the next group cruise yet?
We've been knocking a few ideas about, haven't we?
We had a brilliant idea. It was all planned, and then we realised we looked at the wrong year.
We looked at the wrong year, and
So
now
you can't do it
availability has
next year.
collapsed. So we're going to have talks with
Yes.
people, and we're going to have to see what cruise lines do it best as well. Because obviously the last two, we've put it up to a vote, and people have decided on the cruise. This next one, we decided. We're going to say which ship, what date, where it's going. We're picking it. It's up to us. We're going to do it that way. We're going to swap it around a bit, but we're going to get a chat with people, and we're going to figure out who's best.
So stay tuned. Make sure you're following us.
We will do another one.
Remember what your favourite cocktail was in Spellbound?
The Annabelle. No, what was it? No, I want to say Annabelle. Isabel, the piano, the ghost.
I liked the. I asked for a secret cocktail or just a surprise cocktail.
Oh, I did like the other one as
Bit
well.
lemon meringue.
Houdini's chest was nice. It comes out and the chest opens, and there's a drink inside. Oh, what was the one with the smoke? In the little thing, and the smoke all comes out.
Very good.
Oh, they're really good. They're really good.
Next, so
I
Jerry
did like it.
wants to ask about the next cruise we covered.
Yeah, we will get in touch. We've just got a few bits and pieces to sort out.
Chris has asked, which do you? Okay, I'm not sure on that one.
Which do you? I'm
Um,
not sure.
we've jumped back now.
Might find the other half.
Always does this, doesn't it? It seems to jump back.
Goes so far. And it's,
There we
got
go.
my phone.
I've got it.
What was
Hi,
your
guys.
favourite? Someone's asked we're not on the booze night. We are on the booze night, but we are taking it slowly. We are being responsible.
Sam's asking about any Virgin Voyages coming up. We've got a future cruise deposit put down for next year, haven't we? So
Right.
stay tuned on that one.
Keep it posted.
Keep posting that one. What was the latest time we went to bed?
On what? No, the
group cruise, I'm guessing.
The latest was
3, I'd say. 3, 4 o'clock.
Because now this is why you don't go to bed early. We stayed up very, very late one evening. I think it was about 3 or 4 o'clock, and we went back to our room. We have a lovely aft-facing cabin, which was lovely. And when we were up there, we were just sat on the balcony. We put the kettle on, and we were looking out, and the sky was just looking weird. And we were like, "It looks like a weird glow. What is all that?" So Gavin decided he would take a photo of it. As it transpires, there's the Northern Lights. Yeah. So we saw the Northern Lights. And and then once we knew,
they were quite weak.
They were
quite
very
faint.
weak.
Like
But we
a
saw
line across, wasn't it?
but we saw them. We actually saw. Well, we saw the glow in the sky. It didn't do like you imagine, like all moving and stuff. It didn't do anything as dramatic as that.
No, without the
It just
camera,
like a
it just
glow.
looked like a.
But with the camera, when it
Weird.
come back, it did a slow exposure. It was like poof, when it came back, and you could just see it all, and it was quite clever, really.
Yeah.
And I was so it was well worth not going to bed early for.
But there were 2 nights that we left the group cruises to it.
We did
because we thought we can't keep up with these group cruises.
Well, we say that, but normally we don't have to wake up in the morning,
No,
do a
there
coffee
is
in the
no.
morning. We don't have to do bits and pieces. We were conscious that we had people doing things and events and bits and bobs going on. So we had to be semi-responsible to an extent on this cruise. Whereas normally I would have just said, "Oh, let's just do it and go out." And however, you say that we didn't stay out late. I did finish my drinks package about 3 nights on that cruise. I drank the drinks and I got to the limit and I finished my 15 and they stopped. But
that's one thing we did notice with Britannia is when you hit your 15 drinks, they will stop your drinks and start charging you at that point. It's just no biggie. You just end up paying, and you still
get 20% off then anyway.
I think so. Do you? I'm not sure.
The drinks
Probably
package,
do.
You
do. Sam, thank you very much. 20k on YouTube. Yeah, that's crazy. It's like
it's bonkers. I mean,
there's more people following us on YouTube than live in our town.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
Well, see, the things we appreciate everybody. That's not the point, but we don't really count it like that. We just do it, just keep our heads down, just keep going and enjoy it. We're determined to just stick in it and enjoy it. But we appreciate all of the support of everybody anyway.
We do, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and please give this video a thumbs up as well, because it helps others find the video. Apparently, that's what they say. So we can't really compare Sun to Sky. We've been on Sky twice, as full cruises. We've not done Sun as a full cruise, so I think it'd be unfair to kind of compare them.
From what we saw, the layout seemed just more geared up to bigger crowds of people. The venues are just bigger, and the corridors are wider, and the ship seems really. It's quite,
I think we liked it a lot. We're liking it enough to seriously look at booking a cruise next year.
Seriously looking to book, so hopefully we'll get to go back on, and we will. When we do, we will let you all know. We will let you know, and hopefully it might be sooner than you all think. What do you think?
Maybe, yeah.
I'm hoping so. Well, we've only got next year to book it. We got to book something by November. Was the terms of this future cruise credit from the cancellation? So we have to actually book something by. Would you say end of November? And we have to actually take the cruise within next year, or up to the end of next year. So give you a window. We're anywhere between there.
And we are catching up with the questions. If there's any more questions, make sure you pop them in the chat now with question first. So there's a question here from Gil Sandra around the embarkation in Portsmouth compared to Southampton.
Right.
So to be fair, our Virgin cruise was delayed. They couldn't dock the ship due to bad weather.
However, I will say this, even with our on the ship visit and stuff, I think seriously they need to invest some more money. They need to do something with Portsmouth, because it's not drastically wrong. It's not really. It's just really, really weird. It's like you go to the terminal, that's fine, and the check-in process and all's fine. That's normal. You go through security, that's all fine, and you go down and you have to get on a bus. You have to get on the most pointless bus ride you've ever been on your life. It's like one of those airport ones. You can see the plane from the window, and you have to drive all of about a couple of feet, and you basically get there. And then, in fairness, both occasions when we were boarding Resilient Lady, the ramp has been like that. And I have noticed if you're in a wheelchair or something, there's about 2 or 3 of them pushing you up, because it is really, really steep. It's even quite steep to walk down. Your feet are like this. So I think, seriously, if they're going to do it, I'm glad they're sending ships here. I'm glad to see Portsmouth being used for cruising, but I think they need to invest some money. They need to just make a corridor directly from the terminal where people can just walk straight to the ship. They need to get some air bridges or something.
They need to also, I think, invest in the actual terminal itself, because it is quite confusing at ground floor. What's going on there? Who's queuing where to go where?
Yeah, because I think it shares it with a ferry terminal. That's where it gets confused, because you don't have that in Southampton, do you? Because your White Lincoln or Ferry or Red Funnel, is there, and it's a separate whole building.
But saying that, it's not that bad.
It's not awful by any means, but I think it just does need a bit of investment, and it does need to be streamlined, and they need to get rid of that pointless bus, because that ain't good for the environment, is it? No, it's not green. Unless they're electric buses, but I doubt they would be the way they go.
Right, Luke, here's one for you. So, which is your favourite specialty dining restaurant ever?
Ever. That's a really tough one, actually. I think the easiest one we've said, we always had a little league in our head, and we used to say for years and years the Veranda on Queen Elizabeth was our favourite. However, when we went on Celebrity, we were really blown away by our steakhouse there. That was absolutely fantastic. That was a really, really good meal. I would say that's probably still the best. Nothing has actually beaten that yet. However, I do have my firm favourites, my staples, which are for value for money. Things like the Beach House on P&O is really, really good.
Never used to rate it.
Crown Grill is absolutely fantastic. It's a lovely steakhouse on Princess. So if anyone's thinking of that, definitely do Crown Grill. Definitely do Beach House. Do love Keel and Cow on P&O as well. That was really, really nice. Glass House used to be one of our favourites, but it's dwindling off a bit now, as is Sindhu, I'd say.
You see the steakhouses are kind of the top of our list here.
Other than that, where else have we enjoyed? Any others?
Jamie's was really good.
Jamie's was really nice, actually.
Enjoyed that, didn't we?
Yes. You didn't like the Alice in Wonderland place because you said it was
Wonderland
too fancy. Which I think some of them do. They have a tendency to overcomplicate these things sometimes. They do for the fancy food. Like Epicurean can be like that at times, especially afternoon tea.
Yeah, the afternoon tea, I wouldn't rate that.
I don't really rate the afternoon tea.
But overall, I'd say best.
I would say it's the celebrity one actually. We had all those trays and we were sat there. It was really good service as well.
Yeah, probably is.
It did actually.
That Celebrity Steakhouse was
I've,
really
you
good.
know, I think our favourites always there, and I remember at that time thinking this is actually beat the Queen
Mhm.
Elizabeth. I mean, the Queen Elizabeth was exceptional. They don't make that food anymore. It was a duck breast with a dark chocolate shell with gold on the top. I mean, that was really,
That was
that
chef's
was
tasting
really
wasn't it?
good. But they don't do that. This is years ago now. That was
Yeah.
like 2016.
Yeah,
So it's a long time.
How do you look? Yeah, we struggle on this one. Let's be honest.
What's this now?
How do we not put on so much weight after our cruises?
That's what we know. It does
Yeah.
catch up with some time to time, especially now. Like this week, I've not really dieted or anything. I've not gone back to the.
We do tend to
bike.
live on a diet when we get back.
Yeah, and we have to walk our dog, and she takes like 2 to 4 miles a day. Although it's been quite rainy here, so we haven't walked too much lately, have we? And I do use a bike.
Well, I'm glad you saw the comment on the Flam video.
What's this now?
From the group cruise, filmed the Flam Railway. Have you seen it? It's in
What
their
about
group.
it?
Just saying
Oh, I
about
haven't seen it yet. No. If you haven't does these things, he's always on the groups. He's doing the things.
it.
So it's just going the wrong way.
How was Britannia compared to Virgin food? Completely different.
Completely different.
It's I keep
different.
saying this about Virgin. I don't think you can compare a Virgin cruise to any other cruise experience there because it is completely different.
Food.
Britannia just Virgin wipes the floor.
With Virgin. Actually, to be fair, we were saying about our favourites. The wake comes pretty close, and the dock.
Virgin food is
consistently good. Yeah, all of the food is fantastic. I've not had a bad meal. I mean, I'm not a real big, massive fan of Taste Kitchen. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just not my kind of thing. It's a bit too experimental.
Mhm.
I like a homely meal. I don't like anyone messing around my food. But I can appreciate the experience aspect of it. So we did enjoy it, but I wouldn't rush to do it again unless something really stood out. But the food on Virgin is just lovely. It really is. It's fantastic.
Yeah, the food in Britannia, there's nothing wrong with it. It was okay.
Yeah, well, that's it. But then look at the prices of the two cruises. You know, we spent what would you say you could get on our Britannia cruise for what, £700-800 if you wanted to. Whereas if you went on that Virgin cruise for 4 nights, it would cost you about the same.
Yeah,
it probably would. I mean, admitted all the specialities included and stuff, but the food, that's why it's expensive.
Question from Gail and Mike.
How was the Scarlet Knight on recently? They were very, very similar, actually. The only thing I will say is when we went on Valiant last year, things like the pajama party and all of those, they were out on the open decks because it was warmer, with it being hotter, but they still did the pool party on both.
The pool party went on a little longer, I'd say, because it was warmer.
There was definitely more going up on the top. Yeah, because I don't remember sitting inside or anything.
No, I think we went down to about midnight. Midnight by the time we went down.
Yeah, so I'd say they stay out later if it's warmer. But other than that, everything was exactly the same. It was consistent throughout. The experience was good. Still had the DJ and the.
I think there was more people out in the dock and stuff like that in the night as well. So it wasn't quite as crowded, but. So in itself was the same.
Yeah, it was consistent. It was the same experience. But
for the cruise, I'd say the one from Barcelona last year was a bit more chilled.
Yeah, this one was.
This was definitely a bank holiday party weekend cruise.
Because the cruise we all were on was the very first in the UK, and I think people had probably watched the show, the cruise, and they had an expectation that it was all around, which Virgin was known for. But I think over time, Virgin slightly mellowed, I would say. But I think the expectation was to party, and would have been a short cruise as well. I mean, party cruises and short cruises, they're notorious for fun. And that's what happened. It just all amalgamated into one thing and it just went pop. And it was brilliant. You could not probably replicate it that same way again. I think it was the right place, right time. It just, something about that cruise that we were on Resilient really worked. It was amazing. It was bonkers. It was loads of fun.
Excuse me. Icon of Parks.
Did Princess explain why there's going to be so many changes to? I can't see. What's it say? Because there's a thing.
To Sun.
No, they didn't actually go into why they're moving the restaurants around, did they? No. Nothing about that at all. No. But then it makes you wonder. Like, obviously, they're building Star, so they're probably already doing it to here. So it's the first of the class of the ship, so they're learning all the time. So I dare say there won't be a Park 19 or whatever they call it. That's never going to go on Star from the word go, because they've learned it's not even took place on Sun. They've ripped it off.
I saw some photos today on Facebook of it being offloaded, parts of it being offloaded.
It's quite sad though, really.
Isn't it?
I mean, you don't want these things to not work.
And a lot of loyal Princess cruisers were not impressed about Park 19 going on there, but you know, they have to appeal to families and
ship,
stuff,
and they've got to move with the times. You know, there's ways of doing things. I mean, where's my wine? That's what I was saying. A lot of people used to whinge about P&O when they had the ropes course and all put on it. People used to say, "Oh, why do ships have water slides on it?" There's, you know, at the end of the day, just because they're there, you don't have to go on it. They're not gonna, you know, drag Doris up to the top and push her down the water slide, are they? If she wants to sit there and do crochet and play bingo, that's entirely up to her.
That's the great thing about cruising. There's so much choice out there for everybody. And it does kind of annoy when people knock things just because they don't like it.
Cruising's for everybody. Especially these newer ships. They're designed to be all-round family ships.
The earliest we've been to bed is, on our group cruise, probably at 1 o'clock.
Right, so you say early. Does that mean early hours of the morning as in 6? Or does that mean early as in... Probably the earliest we've been to bed is about midnight, 1 o'clock, would you say?
Mm-hmm.
On our group cruise is probably about... Was it 2 we went to bed? The earliest, I think. So we say we weren't that bad. Because we do get chatting, we do. Not necessarily party, boop, 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 go in.
Not all the time,
We just drink the drinks and just talk.
I'm just looking them. I'm just jumped again. We will be finishing on the hour. So if there's any more questions, please let us know.
Give me the mouse.
I'll find it for you now.
It's move up there. There, look. How were they? No, we've done that one. No. That was just saying, how does P&O compare to our recent Virgin cruise? Or some Steve Fox. But yeah, this it's. I'd say it's just a bit more lively. It's a bit more modern. There's a lot of innuendo-based humour. Is how I'd, in a nutshell, say about Virgin. The food is better than P&O. All these specialities included. Yes, you haven't got the option of a drinks package, but when you actually look at the cost of the drinks and when you buy the tabs, etc., it's not too bad because they're good quality drinks.
The only thing I will say about Virgin, which really annoys me and really grips me, is why haven't they got slimline tonic water?
Yeah, true.
You know, you ask for gin and slimline tonic. Oh, sorry, we haven't got any slimline tonic on the whole ship.
No,
doesn't make sense to me. For a premium brand.
Not only that, they're very health orientated as regards their meditation and their gym and their spa, and it's called a gym and tonic bar. So you think they'd have slimline tonic at gym and tonic
and different tonics, not just tap tonic. Here we go. Which company offered the best loyalty scheme?
Who would you say best for loyalty?
P&O, I'd say.
Don't MSC?
MSC's got a good status
match, yeah.
And Virgin's pretty good when you match with them as well. But overall, we've had, I'd say, P&O's pretty good. We get like 7.5%, 8.5% off, don't we?
I don't know. We've gone up a level now after the group cruise. We went up in the middle of that because we hit a 100th night, didn't we? Or whatever it
Depends
was.
What you're after. So with Virgin, we are getting extra onboard spend, which is always appreciated. Which is probably better than
is that what gives
P&O's,
you the cup of coffee every day as well?
Yeah, Sleep Blue Extras, same kind of thing.
Okay.
So maybe Virgin have obviously gone in to try and.
Well, yeah, because what Virgin want to do is they matched it. They want to take people from other cruise lines to give their cruise line.
That's what MSC have done as well with their status match.
That's what they did, yeah.
I'd say Cunard is all right. We've done with them. We get free.
Good thing with Cunard is if you want to go up the ranks, the loyalty tiers quickly. With Cunard, you can do mini cruises. It's counted on the number of cruises, not the number of nights initially. So we found when we first started cruising, we used to do a lot of mini ones just to experiment and experience all the different ships and cruise lines. So we did a lot of these short cruises, and we very quickly went to gold. We haven't actually been on we have. I was going to say we've just done our first week cruise, so we hadn't actually been on the ship for a week, and we were already gold. Because we just done like 2-night cruise, 2-night walk.
I think we hit the next level on the next one's on.
Yeah, so we're gold with them at the moment, aren't we?
Thank you. Glad you love the videos.
We will have more coming. Sorry, we haven't got anything.
Simon was saying, Britannia MDR was on par with Sky Princess.
In my opinion, Cindy was great, but But Sky took the special.
Yeah, so I suppose I'd agree with that.
Definitely, I would agree with that.
I think Sindhu and Epicurean, because we've done so much P&O, probably getting a bit tired of them, to be honest.
We are. I think they need to. I think it would be really handy if P&O perhaps said, when they did Britannia's refit, they should have had a look at what they had on offer, where they could make money, and they should have said, let's rip out say Glasshouse and let's try throwing in a Keel and Cow, or let's take out Sindhu and pop in something else. Like they could have swapped and chopped it around. They could have tried it. The vegetarian one, the Mazuma, whatever. They could have tried or
Green and Co.
Something. They could. I think that would have been a good shout, just to try and mix up the ships, because some people will cruise on the same ship religiously every year because they love the ship. So just adding a new restaurant from a refit gives them the opportunity to experience something from the newer ships, especially if it's working. Because if you actually look at on P&O, especially recently, I've noticed all the chefs have changed. Used to have Atul, used to have Jolly Ollie still knocking about. Marco still does the gala menu, doesn't he? We used to have his own restaurant when we first cruised. He used to have the Cafe B restaurant, and that was his own specialty experience. And that's gone. They just moved him on to the gala dinners.
Probably still leaves the stock cubes in it.
But you know what I mean? They've changed their chefs and stuff, so they need to change bits and pieces.
It does need to change.
Update it as it goes along.
But again, change is not always appreciated, is it?
No, I know it, and it might not work, but I mean, you can't knock them for trying, can you? You're only talking one restaurant here and there.
Jay's asking about the Scarlet Lady's upcoming dry dock.
Oh,
so this is around the changes
I did read a few bits and pieces. And it looked quite good from what I see. What did I see? And I'm trying to recall now because I read so many things. I forgot.
There's new menus coming, isn't there?
New menus. I know they're changing. What's the changing? And they've got the new cabana things on there at the top. I wish they'd sort something out. The mesh at the top. I wish they'd get rid of that. Put a glass floor down or something, or just get rid of it. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Net.
It's you can't walk on it because it's painful. You can't lie on it. It's unbearably painful. And they make you take your shoes off, so everyone just gets on it, literally has a selfie. See all these people having these selfies, they get on it and they're crying by the time they crawl back off it. So they're in agony. and it's not even that scary because you can just see straight down into the buffet below.
Unless you go right to the other edge.
You have to really crawl to the edge. And then you have to be careful what you're wearing, because people who could be sat having a buffet, they could be eating their meatballs, they could look up and say, was that a bird? Is it playing? Oh my God, why my meatballs are hanging from the ceiling? But it's not, it's just a person, and they can see everything sometimes.
Yes, okay.
So be mindful of what you're wearing. Make sure you wear underwears. And don't just go on there on a towel.
Do you recommend the P&O drinks package, or just take your drinks on board?
It's always a personal preference. That it's just difficult to decide for somebody. For us, it works. On our last cruise, we took P&O up on the deluxe, simply because we knew we were socialising with people, be talking, and because
large wines,
we wanted large wines and doubles. However, we did actually quite quickly realise that now more so for the £10 difference. I think it's about £10 difference, isn't it, per person per day? You're getting a lot more for your money if you just go for the deluxe. Because say you used to get like a small glass of wine or a single gin and tonic, just for that £10 more a day, you can double the size, have a larger glass of wine, and you can double your gin. So you're getting more for your money, definitely.
What I'd say is have a look at the drinks prices and how many drinks you'd have a day.
And always remember,
if you're looking at beers, if you're only going to have 2 or 3 beers a day, it's not worth it. If you're going to have 2 or 3 glasses of wine, it's not worth it. But if you're going to have, like, say, 3 or 4 cocktails, a couple of glasses of wine with dinner, a couple of specialty coffees, then you're making it.
Yeah, so
you are talking at that point. It's probably worth it.
Because with your drinks package, you've got all your unlimited amount of soft drinks and coffee. There's no limit on them.
So, remember, it's not about.
You don't have to be hardcore alcoholic.
No, you don't.
to drink.
To a lot of people as well, it is about budgeting. You know what you're spending per day is that drinks package. So there's no nasty bill at the end of it.
Yeah, it's peace of mind. Because what are you saying? Sorry,
it's one thing you always find in the groups. If you ask on Facebook, is the drinks package worth it? You'll get, oh, you've been alcoholic and all this kind of stuff. And it's I find it pretty nasty, to be honest, when people say stuff like that.
It might not be for them, but they don't have to slate people who have it.
It's trying to work it out, really, whether it's for you. And some people, it might not be for them, but they can budget and they know it's budgeted for them at that point. That's me getting off my high horse now. Morning from Sydney, Australia.
Oh, good morning. Or as we say here,
Borada.
Celebrity
12
Millionaire
nights.
out
Oh,
of
it'd be
Singapore for
lovely,
Christmas.
that
That
will.
would be really nice. Oh, Thailand. That would be really nice. Love to do that.
I'd love to come down under one day.
Yeah, we would. Look,
My mind's
it's on
until
his-
I've just gone out because my cousin's just had a baby out there.
Yeah, it's on your bucket list, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
That way. We definitely have to try that.
Okay.
And we would. Someone's just asked. Melanie, I should have said, would you ever consider a transatlantic cruise? We're thinking we would. However, we've got this rule in our head, and we're not going to break. We've seen some cracking deals, repositioning cruises and the like, and we want to do them. But we are going to do our very first ever transatlantic cruise on Queen Marie 2. And we're going to do westbound. We've decided this is how we've said it for years, isn't it? And that's how we're going to do it. Once we've done that, we will do any transatlantic. But I want my first ever transatlantic crossing to be on Queen Marie 2 westbound. That is how we're going to do it. We don't know when. It's probably on the cards, but next year we want to try a few new brands. We're going to try different companies, cruise lines. We're going to mix things up a little bit because it refreshes it for us, and it also gives other people in our channel opportunities to compare. And it'd be nice when people say, "How does Morella compare to P&O?" Well, at the moment, I couldn't tell you, but it'd be nice to be able to tell you, if that makes sense. So next year we're going to try and mix it all up a little.
Yeah, try something different.
We're hoping to anyway. See what we can come up with.
No, they didn't say anything about the launch date for Star Princess or how. I did see today. We've just pushed it on our Facebook page as well earlier this morning. Star is now moving to outfitting.
Okay.
So they are starting to outfit her.
And hopefully with the lessons learned off Sun, they should be a bit quicker.
And I think we're all caught up.
Well,
and look at that, just after the hour as well.
Almost on the dot. Well, that went really, really fast, everybody.
Always does, doesn't it?
It does. Once you get into it, it just goes poof. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for all of your questions. Thank you for all your continued support.
It's a thumbs up.
That would be
please
amazing.
Give us a thumbs up.
Yes. If you're not on our Facebook group, please go over there because people will help you out. If you've any questions or queries or anything, you can just go into the group and you can chit and chatter away and people will help you. If we can't answer the question, other people will. You can share your photos, you can share your experiences. We're a nice friendly bunch and everyone just seems to pop and click and get on. It's nice.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well, Cruise Monkeys UK, and we're on Facebook, Cruise Monkeys UK. And if you head over there, what you'll also find is that we push some cruise deals maybe once or twice a day.
Which is why I was just going to say, next time you're thinking of going on a cruise, give Cruise Monkeys a go. You've got nothing to lose because it might work. It might be cheaper. So you don't know. It's not going to cost you anything just for inquiring. So we'd really appreciate if you do that.
I was wondering whether you're going to burst into song then, but you didn't.
What do you mean burst into song?
Well, you started to rhyme. Was he going to rhyme?
Where's this going? Like a little jingle or something?
Yeah, exactly.
I know I tend to, but
I was wondering how it would go. So, yes, thank you everybody for joining us this evening. We hope you have a fab weekend.
Yeah, and we're probably going to sleep.
Yes, we're hoping our next video will be out next week, aren't we? Fingers crossed.
I'm hoping so. I was halfway through Queen Anne last episode, and then I went away, and now this week's just been nuts. And then I've got my other videos. I've got the Azura stuff to do. I've got the Virgin stuff to do. I've got these little visits, which I might put little videos together for. And then before I know it, we're going on the Christmas cruise. It's because we've only got a couple of weeks. It's going to be here before we know it. So I'm going to see what I can do.
And only a month. You start decorating house for Christmas.
I know. You do the Christmas house.
Anyway, have a good weekend, everybody.
Halloween first. I got a costume now. I can wear the Power Ranger costume for Halloween. Bye, everybody.
Have a good weekend. Thanks for joining us. Bye.